Welcome to Late IHP Show, our lovely number 2 of the evening. We get to continue on the unconditional love stories, feminine, masculine, self-ego, and where we were at in our first one is trauma. It's healable. The people who get to heal it, they become those inner child adults. They get to enjoy their embodied feminine, masculine, and then their relationships. So with that, a 5D mystic in the Enlightenment Soul Age group or a 5D functional adult in the Enlightenment Soul Age group knows how to share about their mindful and spiritual and or one or the other experiences with twin flame, flames, soulmates, the oversoul. This is one of the hugest differences for the 5D collective is we have unconditional love. So we process consistently that which arises between our interactions because we have a sense of self, because we own our core self. So we are mindfully aware because we do not have shame or any of those childhood wounds. We know what love is, okay? So love is forgiveness, it's patience, it's kindness, it's talking, all of this. When you are met with silence, that's not talking. It's emotionally unavailability. That's all this is. If there's reasons behind silence, then a human being will have the decency, if they're emotionally available and integrated and a whole self, to tell you. So when you're meeting in Cuscos are not emotionally available. And Pacha doesn't lecture Cusco. So stories that are of unconditional love don't involve us being friends with everyone or lovers, polyamory included. We are selective, not snobby. And that's because the ones who are not selective, they don't seem to be completely aware of what that means. So let me give it to you this way. Mystic or not, you know you have 24 hours a day. If you're 5D vibing and enlightenment vibing, that means your intelligence is optimized. You love to love, and you love to think, and you love to learn, and you love life. Not just a little bit. Nope, a buttload. So one human being, or 2 or 3 or 4, that reject you are not going to make a dent into anything, because friendship, like lovership, is optional and it is a conscious choice. This is the one reason why when someone is using the whole tragedy of twin flame, they fall within a category of groups of people who, like the Zen master, don't know emotions. They didn't grow resiliency. They didn't learn how to use their prefrontal cortex. They didn't learn how to deeply feel and deeply think in flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, stable ways. And today we have fancy words and more information to share something that's so straightforward. It's called mindset. Then we add to it mindsight and mindfulness because, again, as a person who supports with self-help, mindful, and spiritual living, those daily exercises, the inner growth mindset, but really because you're using your mind, your masculine, and your feminine, your heart. Feminine gets the good end of the stick in my personal opinion. I'm a feminine though, so I'm biased. That's because we get to choose love again, again, again. So when our heart breaks, it doesn't really break. We're like, oh, love is here. Oh, love is here. Oh, love is here. So my path to enlightenment has been consistently, oh, love, 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 by choosing it. It's not laundry. Sadness is about connection. Anger is about correction. None of my business what you want to do. So anger is going to be put to the side for stuff that's mine and not really used like anger. Now I'm going to be an empowered human being. Unconditionally loving stories are that we will have our oversoul. We will know who's a karmic. We don't need a guide for it. The word, yes, it means something to other people. To me, karma is action. And really, it's also involving unconscious, subconscious, but it's also involving you choosing to take something, make it, you're all in, so you think you know all of it, and karma is going to hit you. So karmics, they exist. like soulmates and twin flames. It's not destabilizing. The unconditionally loving stories are that you continue to recalibrate and grow those relationships. So they don't go away. They get to take the shape and form that you and other want. Karmics, they don't stick around, but that's because you will have a very set number of things that you'll look at together or separately, and then it just closes out. So the self-ego is a beautiful blend because they're not spiky. The ego is not spiky. And so you get to have conversations that are amazing with those people that you decide to share your life with. And so with feminine, masculine energies basically balancing each other out, we see those beautiful moments of people bearing that soul, that heart to someone else, and vice versa. But we also know that if someone else changes their mind, we won't take it back. We'll go through a process, and then we'll be back up and standing. So that's how it works. So nobody gets left out in the cold. Nobody hangs on to a grudge. You know that I'm flawed, you're flawed. We can all make someone upset, and things can happen that make us upset. Upset is the right word for me because it's not tragedy. I'm emotionally involved right now. It's normal. I feel deeply, don't you? That's a feminine. And so we grow more loving and more compassionate and understanding thanks to knowledge as well. Masculines, it's only once they open themselves up to the heart. When they do, you'll know who they are. So out of all of my oversouls and oversoul members, I have consistently expanded my clairs, gotten to know what it's like to move into 5D from 4D. Completely true. Patrick McNamara and this esoteric lady, she gives an explanation too. It's very thorough, both of them. And we love to harmonize this, and to share it with others, which is why when we end up with people who they don't want to get up, they don't want to do things. So it doesn't matter if you do get up. If you're in a cycle, shame cycle, I'm going to pick it up. You're a nervous system. I'm a nervous system. Kind of, you can't hide it. It's all over your face. So universal love, unconditional love. It has no, oh, I forgave you. It's a conversation. It's open-hearted. Nobody changes. We stay constant, but with integrity means I don't lie to you. I don't objectify you. I don't dehumanize you, and vice versa. That's the part that is very beautiful between people who are healing each other and supporting human evolution, and they're entrepreneurs besides couples, some of them. So, it's a really fun place to be, the 5D mystics, the unconditionally loving, the secular. When you get to be with those masculines who are authentic, it's really fun because they're intellectually and intelligently savvy. So they don't have mood swings. They don't bring you humbug. They are people who love to love. So passion, yes. And when we have one of those off days, it's not an off day, but you can sit in silence, just hang out and have a good time. Universal love, delight, and being whole with yourself. That is very straightforward if you're attachment trauma informed and getting the help you need if you need it. Once you're done, continuing to be mindful. I've seen at least 2, if not 3 practitioners, some therapists, some shamans, and they are not healed completely. They're living pseudo-aliveness, which you'll learn about in trauma therapy, and that is not something funny. So, well, I say, let me bare my soul naked to you, because we have something. You won't think twice about slipping yourself in somebody else's bed, completely forgetting what was just said, and this isn't on purpose, though. This is because of the way that lovely brain worked to protect you. Your brain, embodied brain, is always protecting you, which is what 4D doesn't understand. but they're not here. They're there. And that's why they do the suffering bit, and then they have more of that energy. But for us, unconditional love, it's stories that leave you mesmerized at how many people out there have intelligence and are using it. So successful entrepreneurs, not the masses type necessarily, but the people who are making a difference in the world, they don't spotlight themselves. They're spotlighting those who they want to. And that's because that's how it works. If you own your sense of self, you're like, okay, yes, 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 no. Maybe means no, you can go. And it reminds me of the Emperor's New Groove. That's why you won't understand the difference unless you hear the tone, but you have to hear it with clear ears. So that's something we'll talk about in the meantime. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed. Like, share, and subscribe so we can grow our channel. Tune in for more tomorrow. Have a great one.